How's it going, everybody? More Tribes Ascend. Now, I think I mentioned this last time, but the game is out of open beta, it's in the full version now, still free to play, and it's awesome, so go check it out. There's a download link in the description. It's my referral link. Basically what that means is you get to level 6, the person who referred you, and you also get bonus experience, so it's a you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of thing. You don't have to use my referral link if you don't want to, but it is there. You will get bonus experience, and so will I, so whatever. Anyways, today I'm playing the Infiltrator class. This class is essentially your spy, if this were a TF2. But there are a few differences. The main thing being that when compared with the spy, the Infiltrator packs quite a bit more firepower. You'll notice this weapon I'm using here, it's called the Jackal, and it's actually an unlockable weapon, it's not the default. It's essentially if you gave the spy from TF2 the Demo Man's sticky launcher. And yes, it is as good as it sounds. Basically it fires 3 sticky grenades, and then after you fired all 3 you have the option to detonate. And these do a pretty big amount of damage. You notice they do 500 per grenade with a stick. Essentially what that means is you will kill almost any light or medium if you manage to stick all 3. Which obviously isn't an easy thing to do, but because you have the cloak, you can sort of sneak up on people, stick them, and kill them before they even realize what's going on. You notice it took that heavy guy about, about 3/4 of the way down. So it's an incredibly good weapon. In fact, I would even go so far as to say it's borderline overpowered. I don't think it is overpowered, but it's close, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we saw this thing get patched later on to do maybe 400 damage instead of 500 or something. I don't know. Anyways, there are a few things you need to know if you plan on using the Infiltrator effectively. Probably the most important thing is you don't want to play Infiltrator like 90% of the people out there play this class. What most people will do is at the very beginning of the match, they'll rush into the enemy generator, destroy it, and then just camp there. You know, when that engineer that you just killed comes back, you kill him, and you repeat this. Eventually, a Juggernaut comes in, kills you, and you just run straight back to the generator. Now, this is actually a fairly terrible way to play this class, honestly. And there are a couple reasons for this. For one, like I just mentioned, you will just get killed repeatedly. If you camp in the generator, no matter how stupid you may think that the enemy is, they're going to know you're there, and then eventually they're just going to start spamming explosives. They're going to switch their class from Engineer to Juggernaut and just spam fusion mortars, disco grenades, and such. And you're just going to end up dying a bunch of times. The more important thing here is that you're really not helping your team. Yes, destroying the generator is good, and it gets you a lot of experience, but take the generator down once, and then go do something useful, because Total Biscuit said this. It's capture the flag, not capture the generator, which a lot of people don't seem to understand about this game, honestly. And I mean, I've been guilty of it before. It's really easy to just go into the generator and farm points, because you get 500 for destroying a generator, and that's a lot. But it's not helping your team, and because this is such a team strategy-based game, if you're just in it to farm points, shame on you. Basically what you want to do is this class. I'm just joking, by the way, when I say shame on you. But basically with this class, what you want to do is, yes, destroy the generator, destroy the radar turret, destroy the turrets, radar turret, radar sensor, destroy the turrets, etc. And then what you want to do is basically hang out inside the enemy base, just in that general vicinity, and wreak havoc. If you see that the generator's being repaired, sneak in there when they think they're safe, and take them out. Basically what's going to happen is they're going to realize you're not in the generator room, and they're going to assume you were either killed, or you left, or whatever. They're going to get careless, and you're going to go in and kill them. In addition, cloak. You can wipe out those people that are busy with other teammates. Say they're all paying attention to your Pathfinder that's coming in for a flag grab. You throw down your sticky grenades on the flag, take the Doombringers off guard, and your Pathfinder's able to go in and get a capture. Basically, there's a little bit of psychological warfare involved with this class, because you want them to know that there's always the threat of you being there, but they never know exactly where you are, or if you're even there. And that is how you use this class effectively. It's sort of what I do in this match. Now what you don't want to do with the Jackal is miss, like I just did. Fortunately he didn't see me. For instance, there. Now he knows I'm after him, and I'm not going to be able to take him on in, you know, just a straight-up fight. Usually. I get lucky this time and I manage to kill the guy, but in most situations, if you get in just a firefight with somebody, you're going to lose. As this class, you have pretty poor speed, poor armor, and poor boost, energy. So, you gotta be stealthy-like, you know? The other thing Infiltrators are really good at is sneaking up on the guy who has your flag without him realizing it, and then killing him. In a lot of matches I've done this, where the enemy thinks there's nobody there, you just sneak in to the middle of like 6 enemies, throw some sticky grenades, and boom, flag return.
Our generator has been destroyed.
Also, Infiltrator is pretty much the bane of the snipers. See ya. Again, sort of like in TF2. So now I'm noticing that the generator's being repaired. Cool, I'm just gonna go on down here. This guy thinks he's totally safe. Boom. Because again, you will be able to kill an engineer with 3 sticky bombs, so he thinks he's safe. Stick him with all 3, and he's dead before he even realizes what's happening. Now this is a pretty good match for me. I end up with quite a few kills. I get up to like a rampage, I think, on my kill streak. But you can get some pretty high scores with this class, if you're playing it right. Generally a good idea to just let them go if they're moving, because you're not going to hit with all 3 bombs, and if they figure out where you are, you're basically dead. That right there can often work if you sticky bomb the flag stand. A lot of times they won't notice, and then you can sort of detonate as they come in. However, people that are playing Pathfinder and being smart will actually fire at the flag stand as they're coming in. So it doesn't always work. Anyways, basically, just peek your head into the generator every once in a while. See how it's doing? There's the rampage. So, I'm getting to farm the generator, but I'm also being helpful to my team, so it's like a double whammy. Also, you notice, don't ever be afraid to just run away, because you have to be patient. And always make liberal use of the fact that engineers don't actually get any sort of indication that their turrets have been wiped out. This means that if they're not paying attention, you can actually sneak through their defenses without them realizing it. Same thing with Doombringers. If you take out their mines or whatever, they're not there. They won't realize it. So as far as I can tell, right? I'm not an expert player, and this is all just my opinion, but the way that I'm sort of playing here, and sort of what I've been describing, is pretty much the most effective way to use this class.
Our flag is secure. The sorters have our
You know, most of the guys who are hanging out back here probably have somewhat of an idea that there is an infiltrator roaming around, but they really don't know where or when I'm going to strike next. Like I said, psychological warfare. And this makes it very satisfying. Also, don't get stuck here. I get stuck here so often. And it sucks because I usually have my cloak engaged, so I can't boost out, and there are always turrets there. And it sucks. Anyways, it makes the kills with this class very satisfying, because you're essentially having to outsmart your opponents. Granted, you can just spam the sticky grenades. But if you get impatient, you will die. For instance, here, I was sort of getting bored just roaming around, and uncloaked at the wrong time. Somebody saw me, and that was it. Totally my fault, and I should have died there. But regardless, I got up to 11 kills on 1 life, and that's not bad.
Our flag is secure. Diamond Sword is secure. We have the sorter's flag. Diamond Sword has our flag.
Another thing that you can use this class for, actually, really well, that I don't often do, but I've seen people do it to great effect. You can actually use this class for generator defense. Especially if there's another infiltrator on the other team who keeps coming into your generator. Basically what you want to do is just sort of cloak, wait for him to come in, because he won't even realize you're there. And then as soon as he shows his face, you know, uncloaks or whatever, just immediately nail him. And most likely before he realizes what's going on, you'll be able to take him out. I've had people both on my team and against me use that strategy to great effect. So this class is actually quite a bit more versatile than you might think. Besides just the be selfish and farm generator points sort of thing. So you see here, I knew I was being fired at. I figured they would expect me to go into the building, so I sort of cloaked and then went in the opposite direction. And obviously I had teammates there who were attracting fire as well, but generally, when you cloak, you want to move in the opposite direction of where you were moving before you cloaked, because skilled players will be able to fairly accurately predict where you're going to be based upon your trajectory. And I remember when I first started playing this class, there was much rage to be had from the Pathfinders and mostly the Pathfinders actually, who would, you know, predict exactly where I was going to be, even though I was totally cloaked.
Diamond Sword has secured them. We have the sorter's flag.
Anyways, this match is just about over. I don't remember exactly what my score ends up being. I think I might end up with 11 kills. But, like I said, pretty good match. This is a very fun class to play, and I recommend you try it out. Just beware that it might not be all that useful unless you buy some of the upgrades. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hope you guys are enjoying the Tribes footage. I will try to get more up, hopefully with some other classes, or if I have good games with the classes I've already posted. Try the game out, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. So, till then.